Hello everyone and welcome to your horticulture lesson today. We're going to learn how to weed a flower bed today, okay? And the intent of this lesson is one, to give you the skills so you know how to weed your flower beds at home. That's giving you an important life skill, okay? It's good for your mental health to get out into the garden. Also, it will work towards you using your gross motor skills and your fine motor skills. This is the area that I'm going to be weeding today. And the first thing you need to do is to collect your tools. And the tools that I think you'll need for this are a garden fork, a hand fork or a hand trowel, pot for putting your weeds into, something to kneel on, and of course your gardening gloves. Okay, so your gardening gloves are your PPE to keep you safe, protect your hands. Okay, first thing you need to do is work out what plants are coming out and what are staying in. So if you talk to your parents and carers about this as well, and then just focus on a very small area. Don't try and do too much because it becomes a really difficult job, okay? So I'm going to save this plant here. I'm going to save this plant here. And I'm going to save this plant here. Everything else in this patch here I want to remove. And what's really important when you're removing weeds is that you bring the whole plant out. You bring all of the roots as well. So I'm going to start off with my hand trowel and just see how I get on. If it's proving too difficult, I'll then use my garden fork. Now the ground is quite hard because we've had a dry spell. Okay, so I'm going to dig underneath the weed. Okay, and just loosen it. You see it's come out there. I'm going to take all the excess mud off. You can see there I've got the roots and I've got the actual weed. And pop it in your pot. Next one. Okay, making sure you get those roots out as well because then it won't grow back. Okay, next one. Oh, right, okay. This is a plant here, so I'm going to save that. I don't want to get rid of that. Here's another little weed. To get rid of that grass. Okay. Okay, just pop your weeds into the tub. Some of them you can just pull out as well. Okay, making sure those weeds are coming out with their roots. Really important, that is. Okay, there we are. So I've got most of the weeds out there that I want to remove. Okay, in just that small patch. I'll just take these ones out here as well. It's quite hard work. So it's good physical exercise for you to get out and do some gardening. Okay, and that area's pretty much done. I'm happy with that. A bit of grass there. I'll just get underneath that grass. Okay, any big roots that you find, you can pull those out as well. Okay, now what you can do, any of these greenery that you've loosened off, just pick that out, pop it into your bucket. Okay. Now don't be worried about insects buzzing around, and don't be frightened to get your hands dirty as well, because sometimes you could get dirty hands even though you've got gloves on, okay? Right, and already you can see that area now looks clearer, and you would just move around your flower bed like that in small sections, just doing the same over and over. Now if you find it difficult to get onto the ground, okay, to weed, your responsibility can be to weed pots, okay? You'll need your pot for your weeds. Pop that down just by the side. Your tub that needs weeding, and maybe a hand trowel. Okay, so I'm going to sit down. So this is for your seated gardener, okay? So for anybody that finds it difficult getting on the floor, you can get a table or a bench like this and put your containers up onto the bench to do your weeding. Now if you look underneath this plant, you can see already that there's small weeds starting to appear. Okay, yeah, one there, one there. Now, these ones are nice and loose. Again, just pull them out and you'll see the roots come out with them. Okay, if they're a little bit more stubborn or there's quite a lot of them, just use your hand trowel to loosen that area and take them out. Just take your time with this, okay? There's no rush. Right, you can see there's lots of weeds here. I'm just going to bring my tub over. Lots of weeds on this side, look. Okay, they're quite loose. Okay, but they are breaking, so the roots aren't coming up. So I'm just going to use my hand trowel and just loosen that up. Okay, and once they're loose, the roots will come with them. Okay. And you keep going until all of the weeds that you don't want in there have been removed. Okay? Is that looking better? It's a shame actually, this plant's a lavender. And I can smell the lavender as I'm weeding it. Very sensory activity this is, okay? Okay, so can you see now, look? All of those weeds have gone. So they won't get any bigger, and that leaves my lavender lots of space, and it'll keep my plant nice and healthy. Okay everyone, well thank you for watching. Now it's your turn to get into your gardens. Wait for a nice day, go out into your garden, work with your parents and carers, and do some weeding, and you'll enjoy yourselves. Thanks for watching everyone. Bye bye. And don't forget everyone to wash your hands.